You know how when we were little and our parents would basically say things to us like, back in my day, X, Y, and Z happened to me. And when we were teenagers, we literally would like roll our eyes, like, okay, right? I totally get that now. I get the reason why kids roll their eyes because they have no context of to the type of struggles you went through, right? And while it's fine and dandy and great that you want to tell them, like, I had it way harder than you, right? They have no comparison to that. So for them, it doesn't mean much because they can't compare a struggle that you're having to a struggle they never ever had or had to experience, right? So I just think it's crazy nowadays to basically say to kids, like, well, you know what? I had all this trauma in my life and I dealt with it and I, became fine. So why can't you deal with it, right? Which actually begs the question of, actually, are you okay? Because if you were okay, you wouldn't tell somebody else that you had all this trauma and you turned out just fine and that they should suck it up. Because it actually sounds like you are actually not okay and you didn't deal with the trauma that you did have. But that's actually for another time. What I'm basically trying to say to you is that sometimes when we were saying things to our children about how, they should feel grateful because you experienced all of this stuff when you were little and, you know, they are not experiencing that stuff, you just have to remember that they have no context to that. So you can explain it to them all day long about how, your life was really, really hard and that must have sucked for you. But they can't relate to that because they are living in a different world, right? We're not living in the 1990s anymore, all right? We're living in their world now. And we have to try to adapt to that as well.